One of the things that in identifying red flags is you truly have to know who you are. You have to know who you are. Like you truly have to know what your boundaries are, who you are, your likes, your dislikes, what can you tolerate, what you can't tolerate. And you have to be like in a healthy state of mind. One thing that I'll say is don't ever date when you're depressed because you attract low vibrational people, right? So you attract who you are. If you date when you're depressed, especially if you know what healing looks like and you've been healing, when you start to get back to your normal self and your true authentic self out of the depression, you'll end up like not wanting to deal with the person that you're with because you met them during low vibrational times.
Is that a real thing though? Like low vibrational times?
Yeah, it is a real thing.
Yeah,
It is
it's
a real
true.
thing. It's a real thing. It's just lack of everything, right? I mean, Travell, we've known each other for years. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like one of the things for me, a red flag is, and I don't date because I'm at like a whole nother level when it comes to like wanting to be better. So like if a man doesn't ask me like things about health and food choices and what type of foods do you eat, like I already know that that person is not on that, so I don't bother dealing with them because I'm big on healthy eating, nutrition, right, mind elevation. Like these are things that are important to me. So if someone is not if someone is not interested in that, like that's a red flag. So everybody's red flag is different based on who you are.
True.
That was yeah, man. I mean, low vibration thing kind of scared me a little bit because you don't really pay attention to it. Sometimes people are emotionally detached. So, like you said, now I can see like when emotionally and feelings all over the place and mentally you just not in that space. I can see how you was, for lack of a better word, settle. But
Right.
who
Not
would
only that, like even when you spoke, was it yesterday about certain people you're not dealing with? That's a red flag. There's red flags in friendships. There's red flags in businesses. It's red flags
Hmm.
are not only about intimacy, right? And relationships. So everybody's red flags. Say that
that,
again.
that was my phone. I'm sorry, I was trying to share the
Oh,
live.
you know what I mean? So it's like everyone, I don't know, like people just focus on low vibrational things, intimacy, like that's why we can't get anywhere as a tribe. You know, like I'm of tribal mindset. You know, you've known me for a long time. Like, you know how I rock. Like, I'm of tribal mindset. There's no way that we can do things by ourselves.
Okay,
So,
that's what that means. Okay. Okay.
Angel, what's some of your red flag?
Oh, my red flags. I
Oh,
think I'm a big I'm
you know, yeah,
consistency. Like I
right.
pay attention to that because here's the thing. Being that I was married before, I paid attention to the things that didn't make us mesh well. So if I see that at the beginning, that may be okay for somebody that don't care about it. But I like my phone calls. I like if you say you was gonna be over here at a certain time. I like a consistent man. As my boyfriend says, he gives me a peace of mind. And people don't understand how important peace of mind is till you haven't had it. So just to have that consistency, the truthfulness, the open lines of communication. So if you don't have those things, like if I'm asking you just a simple question and you get evasive, or if I say, "Oh, let me use your phone," and you act, so those simple little things like that, and the way I can't trust you, and it's just a phone, like boy, I'm not going. I'm a big fofo. I'm big the big fofo. I don't go through people's phone. I don't do that.
Preach.
So it's like if I say, "Oh, babe, let me use your phone to look some up," and you looking crazy, that's a red flag. So I can't trust you. So just the simple stuff like consistency, trust. If those are not there, just on us talking for a week or two, let me not waste your time and you not waste mine.
True story.
Ooh, come on now. What you said?
You know,
That's true.
a red flag for me, and y'all may not agree, but a motherfucker can't cook. God damn, that's
But hey, how did I know you was gonna
But
say
you
that
know
though,
what?
bro?
That don't mean
you
nothing.
can't make no cornbread. You can't get none of my thing. I'm sorry, I ain't playing.
Ooh.
oh, I love
You
it.
so
I love
musty.
it.
I
You
need it
I
from
so
so
musty.
love it.
I did it from scratch. But let me introduce our guest tonight. This is Mona Lisa Weber. She's from New York, currently lives in Broward County. She's from Miami-Dade County. She studied psychology at Florida Atlantic University. She's my Latina queen. She loves her people. She's a community advocate. She loves healthy eating. She's all about food, and she's a rookie to food growing, by the way. And she runs Probation Station. It's a platform to educate the community on how to maneuver through the criminal justice system. Did I do you good?
Yeah, you did. I mean, except for I know you call me my Latina queen, but I identify as a Black woman.
I know, but I know. I'm sorry, but this was my thing with you. I said I think she's Latina, but you.
Well, my parents are Dominican, but I'm New York made, Miami raised.
All right, so
yes, I come from.
That's loud and wrong, Travell.
Well, I'm getting it right as we go. Show 2. So Mona Lisa, I know you got your podcast, your show, you got a Probation Station up and running. Tell us a little bit more about it, Queen.
So, hi everyone. Thank you. Before I start my stuff, I'm really just honored to be here and kind of vibe and hang out. To your co-host, truly a pleasure. I saw you the other night. It's a pleasure to meet you. So thank you so much for allowing me on your platform. So I kind of, Probation Station at the moment, I'm revamping it because through the years, I'm just learning some stuff, and now I have a business coach that's actually showing me how to kind of maneuver stuff. Because visionaries, like me being a visionary, I'm a doer, but I don't know how to set up the business type of things, right? So I'm getting help with that, right? So, yeah, so I am a former probation officer here in Broward County. I worked the field and the courtroom. I learned all the intricacies of the felony system, and I just saw a lot of injustices that really, really bothered me. The biggest thing that I saw was the advantage that people were being taken advantage of based on the lack of education that we have, right? That was very, very obvious to me, especially being in the courtroom, and how lawyers would take advantage of people basically because they didn't know the processes or what questions to ask. So when I started to identify all those things, when I'm in the field and I'm talking to people and I'm seeing that they really just don't understand what's going on, I started getting fed up with the system. So I did what I could to help people while they were on probation, and I was trying to teach them stuff and always advocated for them to get off early. So when I quit the department, I went to work for lawyers, and I just started using my knowledge to get people off of probation, help them do this, help them lower their money, help them keep their jobs, right? Kind of guiding them through the process. Because one of the things that I learned with the journey of criminal justice, being in the community, doing groundwork, learning the political process, particularly the local process, is that we have to get involved with these processes because we are being taken advantage in every aspect, from allocations of funds, from building in our community, from businesses. And I'm just really passionate about criminal justice and the youth because I've mentored the incarcerated youth for over 7 years. And I teach them the consequences of their actions, and I teach them the point system and how the system actually works. And it's been a really, really challenging, very great journey. But that is my mission. That is my passion. So Probation Station, I'm currently going to be creating a class, an online class, to just put the information out there and have the people stuff, how to hire an attorney, what to wear to court, right? How to write letters to judges, just things just all the tips and the tricks from a probation officer's perspective, because when you're trying to go to court, you got to get your probation officer's permission. You feel me? They got to approve for you to get off of probation. So I'm giving you the game from their perspective. And family members, loved ones need to understand this process as well, because directly or indirectly, we are all connected to a loved one that has been through the system. So I'm just tired of being played, our people being played, communities being played to our own demise. I'll give you an example. Like this past Thursday at the county commission meeting, there was $2 billion on the table, right? That came from the community redevelopment agencies. And if you know about CRAs, those are usually in our Black communities. So the money that they didn't use, which amounted to $2 billion, they're putting it in an affordable housing pot. And we were requesting for 50% of that money to be put back and allocated towards economics, business, you feel me, apprenticeship, educational programs, agriculture, AI, coding. And yeah.
Question. If they know the money's left over, why is it so difficult for them to disperse the money properly to help these things in our community?
I'll just say this. It's just as simple as we got to go get it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I want, like in the system, a lawyer is going to defend you by the law. You feel me? He's not concerned about, he or she is not concerned about how you dress to court. You feel me? And that's one of the most important things. Presentation is everything. Presentation is everything in the courtroom. And we still walking in there looking crazy. And people truly don't understand the impact that that has on the judge. You are being judged by a judge. You feel me? So I just want to be able to truly educate and put out the information because I'm trying to get to my farm. You feel me? I'm about growing food and nature. And you know about that. I'm the co-founder of Great Rising Farms.
Yeah, I was gonna get into that because I see what my boy doing up there. I'm so proud of my boy A1. Can you speak on that a little bit about the farm? Put us in give us a little vision of it.
Yeah. So I really appreciate the time.
Don't worry, it's your flow, girl. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. So, on my grind, you feel me? Because I kind of got like bummed out and just, you feel me? Like, so this is
life
for me right now.
Life has its way of doing that, but you believe in the universe and God, bro. Ain't no mistakes in life. This was already written for us. We just had to go and get it. We had to go and get it. Yeah, I've been putting this podcast on hold so long. As you can see, all the hiccups that's going on tonight. I don't know how I did my screen like that. You know, Juno ain't got a hair did. Whitehead, he ain't conference.
What you need to do is mind your business and stay off of me.
Hey.
And for the record, my hair is done. Thank you.
See, Whitehead in conference, all this stuff. Like, we're gonna get better at this, and you're gonna get better at putting this together. I met you at a real bad time. I was on the verge of the divorce, and people didn't know it. I had just had bariatric surgery a year after I met you. No, it was a couple months after I met you. I had the bariatric surgery, and the way you was loving on all us brothers. I met her in the fatherhood program. Shout out all my boys in the fatherhood, Fuller, Sam. Shout out everybody who was a part of the fatherhood program. I met Mona in the fatherhood program, and the way this sister was loving on these brothers, I was like, damn, this is kind of weird. Like, is this authentic? And you was there every meeting. You host our graduation. You throw your probation station parties. You give us red carpet treatment. Anything that's going on in the city, you're there. You give back. You cook. You and Aaron, you guys together. The way y'all just utilize your resources, it was always near and dear to me. So when you hit me up, it was without a doubt that we put you on the show tonight. We're not even ready to have guests, but for you, we made this happen. We're still working on our chemistry and everything, but for you, we gonna stumble and make it happen. And I know you're gonna.
Yeah.
I know you.
I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind being part of the process. You feel me? We're all contributors to the universe, right? Especially when we know it's good people doing it, because right now we're in the midst of good and evil, right? So the good got to really stick together, and we just hash it out. Yeah, I remember meeting you at the fatherhood. There's no hood like fatherhood. Yeah, you even came to my radio show. You feel me? Like we way back.
About 7 years.
Yeah, and I remember also when I created the child support space for people to come, right? For the lawyer.
This is another thing. this is another thing that I want to do here on the podcast. Like people like you, I got other folks who's in the community who know money, who know taxes, who know fatherhood, who know child support, who knows probation. All these things need to be topics weekly on these shows. Like giving you guys the space, even though you got your own platform. Me and Sandra, Juno, White, we all agree on that. We need more spaces like this, and not just spaces to shake your ass and talk about who fighting in our community, or talk about what's popping on the live shows. That's entertaining, but we talk about something that's serious.
Yeah, because we in trouble. We in trouble. Yeah, but to get to the farm, you know, that was God, to be honest with you, because we have been betrayed so much. You know what I mean? Because I was lame to a lot of this game when you're talking about like ground community work. You know what I mean? I've always done work, being on nationwide platforms and educating and stuff like that. But like the groundwork, and it's not even the people, it's actually like other people that are quote unquote saying they're doing the work. So after so much betrayal and so much pushback, right? Like there's really no one out here that's trying to actually help you to progress. They're either trying to use you, misuse you, right, for whatever interests and benefits that they have. So when we were betrayed with the garden, because we ended up creating a community garden in Liberia.
And then you beat, yes.
Yeah, and man, that was powerful. That really showed me how we can really, really come together for, I mean, we was feeding elders in like 2 months, fresh greens out the ground. And we were betrayed. We lost the garden. And I remember coming home and screaming to God, like, yo, I'm sick of this shit. You feel me? Like, what's up? You know what I mean? Like, we just trying to love on people, but more particularly focus on the youth. Because the adults, to me, with all due respect, they far gone. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care too much if, like, I'll help people advocate in court, and if they need probation or whatever, like, I'm gonna do what God is telling me to do. But to go like the extra mile for adults, it's too much. I want to focus on the youth, because if we can really, really focus on the youth, we can change the narrative. You know what I'm saying? And history doesn't have to repeat themselves. And what we actually need is economic empowerment and political education. So with that being said, I had already been kind of like looking for land and saving and working on my credit. You know what I mean? Like really, because I have a vision. God gave me a vision. And all the stuff that we try to do, like to connect and collaborate with systems. Remember, I've been mentoring the incarcerated youth. I try to connect with systems. Nobody want no change in real life. Like these systems, school boards, juvenile detention centers, these things, they don't want it. You feel me? So through the process, I understood that in order to create what you want to see or what God wants you to do, you have to own the ground. You have to own the land. Because then like that, you don't have to ask for permission. Ain't nobody writing you a check for love. You feel me?
It's almost puzzling how they don't want to see this happen, but I understand how, you know, everybody got their hands in something, and that's what like kept me away from doing things in the community. Once I started feeding the homeless and going out there and participating in certain events, I was like, bruh, you doing all this talking on Facebook, but behind the scenes, bruh, it is not what it is. Right. It is not what it is. They're not authentic. It's definitely an agenda behind every single thing, and they're sneaking, they're dirty. And if you don't participate in their agenda, they're gonna block you. They're gonna try to assassinate your character. And I told you a long time ago, man, I'm with you. I can't be with nobody else.
Right. And finally I understand why. Like this shit out here is really, really crazy. Like, because everybody's interested in some form of payout, some form of, you know, all this stuff is data. The more data you have, the more money you get. But it's okay to get the money, but you got to do right by the people. Mm-hmm. And people are not doing right by the people. So that's why I had to separate myself. I never been arrested, but before I catch a charge, because these people out here are real disrespectful. You feel me? They have no regard for trauma, for tragedy. You feel me? They have no regard for nothing like that. When the city of Hollywood commissioner attempted to take our kite day, Like, how you gonna take Kalia Kite there, a baby that was killed in a murder suicide? How you gonna attempt to take that thing when we're focusing on mental health and suicide? Man, when we went in, you feel me? Like social media, we got to use it as a tool to demand. You feel me? She canceled that whole city event. The whole community came after her. How dare you? How dare you?
And this was
Like,
the mayor, right?
they be playing with you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us who are truly genuine, we not there yet. I'm like, you know what? Let's separate ourselves from all this stuff and let's figure out. And God, when I tell you, God, like that lamb came about, yeah, we're focusing on bringing the youth, teaching them farming. You feel me? We got to learn how to grow our own food. Like, our food is not real, y'all. Our food is laboratory made. You know what I'm saying? That's why our kids are sick. That's why we sick. We not living a long life, man. This shit deep.
So Mona, you oh, I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, you seem like you're very, very passionate. Like, I could feel it through the phone. So were you always this passionate about making a change, or was it after you worked in the system and you saw what it was doing to our Black men and our Black women? Like, was that what made you get so passionate, or what made you, like, what was your awakening moment, you know?
So I grew up in a household with my mom, and it's 3 of us and my mom, right? And what I learned from my mom was, because we was extremely poor, you know, the whole thrift store stuff, food stamps, you know, in New York. And then may God rest her soul. I love that lady. You know what I'm saying? She tried to go to different states to get us away from like the poverty or whatever, but we ended up in another poverty area, right?
You hear me, right?
You feel me? Because it's a socioeconomic thing. But what I learned from my mom was that even in the midst of whatever we were going through, she would pick up homeless people and bring them to the house. See what I'm saying? So I grew up like seeing that. And it was like everybody ate, you know what I mean? And there was nights that, we ain't had nothing to eat. So like we weren't rich, we weren't anything. So my mom, like I look back, she was just on another level, you know what I mean? So I grew up with serving and loving on people, right? No matter how poor we were, like there was still, my mom gave us a lot of love. So I went into the system saying, oh, wow, because I used to watch like Perry Mason growing up. I've always been like very curious.
Damn, you just showed the page.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I am 48 years old. This is what it looked like. Yeah. I ain't no jit, you feel me? This an adult with like whole bunch of experiences, you know what I'm saying?
Perry Mason, nigga, we know you old, goddamn.
You feel me? So I've always been like about like the criminal minds, why criminal, why do people do the stuff that they do? But when you kind of enter the system, and I'm thinking I'm going in, to rehabilitate, to help, man, that shit was a damn lie. You know what I'm saying? So when I started to see how the system was working against the people, I saw it as bullying, and I don't like bullies. You feel me? I'm a 70s babies. We don't deal with bullies. So it's just this passion about being taken advantage of, you know what I'm saying? But after my mom passed away, I understood that we're actually here for a purpose and a reason. You feel me? And now that I'm older and I've been through this whole journey, I can answer that question by saying that I'm a servant of the Most High, and we have a responsibility to take care of God's children, right? Like we're vessels of the Most High. So we have a real responsibility to do what God is asking her to do in order to continue to live on this earth. So, I'm really on my God's mission, and I want to be his vessel, and I want to be his shit to do. Like, I love it. You know what I mean?
You touched on some really deep stuff. So, you've been doing this for a while. So I want to know, do you have like a testimony or something that you was like, man, I'm about to give up, I'm about to let this go, and something came along to let you, that reminder, nudge from God to say, you're on the right path, keep going? You had one of those moments yet?
I've had them a lot. I'll give you some examples. Like, so like, I'm like a numbers person, right? So my mom, all right, so I know when she's saying something through particular numbers, right? So I remember it was in 2015 where I wanted to just give up. It was just too much. I couldn't really handle like the radio or the attention. It was just like a lot, right? Because I just came to help people, right? Like, understand the mindset I came in. I just want to help people. I don't like all this other extra stuff, all this other like attention, people stopping me. Like, I just didn't like any of that. I don't like that type of attention. So it was very hard for me. And I remember the summer of 2015 where this newspaper was trying to contact me for the longest. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, what do they want? I don't want to be bothered with them. You feel me? Because I kind of know how this system works and how they take our narratives and spin it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm just not on that. Like, I don't want to put myself in any form of I want to tell the narrative. I want to do what I want to do. You feel me? If it's me, what I want to do, I'm fine. But somebody else, you know what I mean? Like, so I've always been skeptical. Anyway, the first time I came out in the Miami Times was on my mother's date of death.
Oh.
You feel me? So I knew immediately, like, all right, cool, I got to keep going. And I could give you like a whole bunch of stories with that because I'm really like, I look at things from a spiritual perspective. I get in the flesh a lot sometimes, but for the most part, I try to operate on a spiritual level because it's deeper than, it's deeper than us, right? I really care about the children.
So you're doing a farm right now, and you're going to be growing your own fruits and produce and think. Well, I'm not saying is that the same thing, produce. And fruit? Anyway, you're going to be growing your own food.
Well,
so my question
go ahead.
is: are you doing this to feed? Is it something that's going to be free? Are you planning on opening a farm where you go and you get fresh fruits and vegetables? What are you planning on doing after you get everything done and grow and everything grown?
Right, because the farm is coming soon. The goal is really to focus on the youth. We want to have youth camps. And then for Black men to come and heal, share resources, and really lean on one another. So the goal is
go there and sit bow-legged in the woods and just pray. Because I need to pray. I need to get in the soil.
Yes.
Can you sit down and cross your legs?
What'd you say?
It's really an opportunity for our men to heal. And we'll be hiring like therapists and other men and really like resources. Because what we're lacking. Yes.
Is this all fueled through you? Through your funds, or is it being funded?
Well, the land was purchased, through us. Nothing has been funded. Okay. You know what I mean? Like probation station, the stuff that I do for the youth, the community funds that. But no, there's no grants. There's no anything of that nature. Those are things that we're looking into. We're probably going to do we're kind of just brainstorming now because we really don't want to get funded by any particular systems or any particular people, right? So we're probably thinking for profit, right? And stuff of that nature. Like we're still in the works of that because we have to really take into consideration the experiences that we've had and when money is given, what is expected. And we really want to stay true to like God's work, right? Because remember, nobody's going to give you money for your liberation.
They're going to want you to spit their narrative. They're going to spin what you're doing to change it to something else.
Right. And then due to the, at some point there's going to be a demand for like fresh foods and stuff because already here in South Florida, like, I have aloe and I grow oregano and pineapple mint. I've grown sweet potatoes, tomatoes, cucumbers. Like, I've grown food. And in Georgia, we've grown food as well: radishes, squash, corn. I put stuff on Facebook.
The farm is in Georgia, right?
Yeah.
What part of Georgia is it?
It's in the Southwest, not too far from Tallahassee.
Oh, like close to Albany, Georgia?
Like Thomasville area?
Yeah. Close to Albany, not too far from Albany.
Oh, okay, shit. I ain't okay. But there's gonna be lizards over there because I don't like lizards.
All right, so let me give some disclosures. So we have deers that come through, wild turkeys come through, wild hogs come through, rattlesnakes come through. um,
snakes.
armadillos, hawks, birds. You have cows next door. Yeah,
Sounds
like it's
like
been
my neck of the
amazing.
woods.
Yeah,
So you're
it's truly, the air is different. You see the shooting stars. Um, you'll sleep for like the first 2 days because you want to decompress from the daily stress. When I tell you you sleep, you can't get up. Like you're gonna have the deepest sleep you have ever experienced. And when you wake up, it's like you're gonna feel 15 pounds lighter. It's
So
insane.
does room service bring you, the amenities that you need?
So you already know at some point when it opens, right?
Right.
Out serving, it's gonna be catering.
Okay.
Every night there's gonna be bonfires, stuff like
Is
that.
anyone going to give me a
Healthy
bath?
eating, my juices, I'm a certified juice therapist.
Yes.
So the healthy juices, yes. The ginger shots, yes. Yeah. I can't wait. And it's gonna be for like our people.
Wait. Is there going to be a spring where we can skinny dip and get one with the nature?
Don't nobody want to see all that.
That guy crazy.
I'm just saying, I want to be one with the nature. You know what I'm saying? I want
Well,
to.
there's a springs not too far, but you can't go in and skinny dip. We're gonna have to find one.
Skinny dip in your tub, sir.
Called wash your ass.
Well, Mona, listen, we greatly appreciate you being here. This is our second show here
Yes,
on Big Daddy's House. Coming back. You are more than welcome. Anytime, whenever we do it, we're getting stronger. As you can see, Sandra D, this is her dream too. She getting her Whitehead got up by 20. His podcast, Juno, is just a jack of all trades. She's my sister that left Florida and pursued her life in another city by herself, got on her grind, 2 kids in school, and grinded. Everybody that I'm attached to now, I'm intentionally
Way to go, mama.
moving with. You know what I'm saying? My brother Whitehead, he in it, man. I've been knowing Whitehead since the sandbox. I mean, we used to fight every day in elementary school. I don't know why. He just wanted to bother me every day because I woke him up. He used to sleep all the time. So I wake him up and he instantly attacked me like a big black cat. But anyway,
He's
And
lying.
you still can't fight.
I mean, he never beat me up. I'm gonna just say that,
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? But anyway,
Who never?
he gave me
we ain't gonna
cookies and I
debate on
forgave
that.
him. But listen, this place here, this is welcome to Big Daddy's because this is your other home. So you get
Thank you.
probation station where you need to go. You send me any flyer, any logo. Don't you dare disrespect me by talking about money. Anybody else who watching this, yes, it's gonna be a fee, but don't you ever disrespect me talk about money. You hear me? We love
I
you.
got you.
I know my friends once they get to know and they gonna do their research on you. They gonna see why you shine so bright to me in my heart. Thank you so much for what you're doing for our community, what you're doing for yourself, and being mentally in the game because it's hard, and it's very easy to disconnect and just say fuck everybody. But for you to continue to care and do what you're doing, it's almost a no-brainer to help you out with whatever we got.
And
I
once
appreciate
again,
it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
we need more people like you in our community. Like you told my brother, you are not Latino.
I'm not.
Stay on this side of the fence, baby. But listen, we need you in our community. We need more people like you on a day-to-day basis to provide the services you provide to the Black young men and women who need your help. And thank you for doing all you do again.
Real.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for having me. I would love to brainstorm Travell and bring in some of my resources here, if some lawyers want to come on and you know what I mean? Like we could definitely, I'll work on that for you. We can just brainstorm whatever I could do to help you grow as well.
We definitely could talk. I got some things coming up to where I want to host different nights with different professions and professionals who can showcase their skills and their what I'm trying to say the right word, their resource, share what they do. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody let's rip the tape off. People here to make money. You did what I'm saying? People here to make money. So when you moving with me, for anybody who watching, if your agenda is to get here, build your shit, and get money, let me eat with you. but let's be
Right.
respectful for it and make sure we give back to the people who's less fortunate. You know, a lot of people always talking about hate and all that stuff. So hate come from a lot of people being hungry. It's hungry, and everybody around here showing they plate of food, and for some reason, people in our community tend to flash a little bit hard to the person who live next door to you. That's crazy. You guys, you want to ride in the foreign, call somebody broke when you went ahead and stole some money. Listen, fellas, kids, listen, find your own lane. Queen, we here with you. Any advocates that you know that need more spotlight on their movement, they're welcome. All they got to do is say your name. All they got to do is say your name. They're welcome here.
I appreciate you, Travell, tremendously. I'm proud of you. Ma'am, thank you so much. Your questions were awesome. I appreciate you. I look forward to getting to know you even better. So
Yeah, me too. Same.
yeah, brother, thank you for the compliment. Sis, it's a pleasure, and her hair is done. So
Yes, ma'am. It always is. Thank you, boo.
Travell, I appreciate y'all. Have a good evening, and we'll talk.
You too.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, peace.
So tonight has been great. Again, Juno White. I know you guys are doing y'all thing, but for y'all to make the effort to come in, we love you for that. Shout out everybody that's been a part of this. Listen, Big Daddy's House, we're back up and running, and we're gonna go live as much as possible until we get this right. We're gonna learn how to get this sound right. We're gonna learn how to take phone calls. Remember, if you want to promote your show, your business on this podcast is $10 an episode. Hit me up. You can come on here and chime in and with the show. You're offered to be here with the show, but you also here to promote your business. And listen, be intentional with what you're doing. I'm on social media to build my brand and help me and my folk build each other's brand, and we grow this as a unit. So don't waste time. And don't be here with the underhanded stuff. Let us know what you want off rip, so we can know if we gonna work with you or not. Sandra D, go ahead, baby.
That's it, baby. We had a good night. I really enjoyed our guests. Hope we have a lot of more. Like you said, be mindful, be thoughtful of your movements. People that are in touch with us, just being better as people. So I appreciate that we had her here just to hear what she had going on. It was amazing.
Nice. Juno, what's up, girl?
Yeah, I know I'm always full of jokes and laughs, but I just seen something that I definitely want to just read to y'all real quick. And it kind of got to me. It says, release the past so you can make room for the future, because your next chapter is waiting to be written, but you must bid farewell to the old.
Wow.
I saw that, and I can definitely get with that.
I can get jiggy with that shit.
Yeah, definitely.
That was a great one.
Juno got deep.
Yeah, I know I'm always full of jokes and laughs, but there is definitely another side.